Bonjour, I am the waiter on the ship. I will be happy to serve you anything you please. Ah, the strong, silent type. I'm not going to do voices for all the French people on here, by the way. Welcome back. Yeah, I said I'd keep voice acting to a minimum, and that is why, because it's a disaster. Anyway, we're going to fight more people on here, even though we don't really need the training. I just want to do it for completion's sake, since if I leave the ship with the cut HM, then these people will never be refought, ever. So, making good use of what time I have. Okay, I'm going to hope Rage does what I want it to. Yeah, there we go. That took a little more damage than I wanted. That doesn't matter, since Rage will do more damage now. Yeah, that wasn't a crit. That's fine. Ah, so close. Okay, this time. Yeah, Rage does leave them open against Pokemon that score a lot of crits. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I can't actually switch them out, can I, if I use Rage, since the game... Well, I've robbed myself of the option to switch out mid-fight. Okay, lesson learned. Maybe I won't use Rage so freely in future. Well, the party's over. And everyone's vomiting, so yeah, it must have been a good party. Okay, so let's do a jig with this guy. More match-ups. I ought to have switched to Ocean Man, so I will do that right now. Yeah, especially since Ocean Man's got much better defense than Stabby has. Not sure what the best option here is. Body Slam, maybe. Yeah, good enough. Oh, not good enough. But it's paralysed at least, so... free hit. There we go. Nice job. Why, thank you. Oh, that guy's not here to fight, he's just trying to do his job, and I'm distracting him. Oh well, let's continue fighting everyone on this ship. Though not everyone in the cabins will be up for a fight. I think this guy... yeah, just gives you a Pokédex page on Snorlax. Which isn't much use, because, you know, it wasn't until much later in the Pokemon series that actually seeing Pokemon counted for something instead of catching them. Was it Sinnoh that was the first to do that? I think it might have been. I suppose that's one good thing that Sinnoh did. Oh, Peck. That's okay. Yeah, I wasn't very fond of Diamond and Pearl. I didn't mind Platinum. I think it solved the majority of the problems in Diamond and Pearl, but yeah. Not actually having to catch them all to did you get the national decks if you'd seen them all? So I know in Fire Red and Leaf Green you got it if you caught 60 Pokemon, which was harder work than just seeing 200 or however many were in the original Sinnoh decks. I don't remember how many. That doesn't matter. And this has got Pikachu. Now, just as well I didn't have Ocean Man up front. I don't think I've mentioned, but I think the original Fat Gen 1 Pikachu is my favourite design of Pikachu. It's just so cuddly. Like, I don't dislike the newer design of Pikachu, where he's got a more clearly defined head that's separate from his body, but I don't know, I do prefer the old-fashioned version. Right, I'm going to use some of these potions, because they're just the best option right now. Don't really want to plod all the way back to the Pokemon Center. Okay, these old ghosts don't want to fight, so leave them alone. This person does, though. Good question. Probably a strong one, but I also like a lot of Pokemon that aren't strong. So I don't know. Difficult question. Yeah, I'm glad I kept Ocean Man out for this one. Or brought him out, really. More fights. I'm not sure whether Body Slam or Dig or Bubble Beam would do more. Let's see how we go with Bubble Beam. Easy enough. Okay, now we want to use Dig. Now that's a thing I hadn't really noticed. I think there's like one piece of Sugimori art as well that corroborates this, but that Pikachu has a clearly defined belly. Like, it's a separate tone from the rest of its body. Never really noticed that before. That's weird. In fact, I think that one piece of Sugimori art I'm thinking of, the belly's lighter than the rest of the body. So that's even stranger. Yeah, no one wants to fight here. Not really in the mood for flavour text. Hello, ladies. No, neither of you want to fight. Right. Gary's going to show up in a minute. How am I doing for health? Fine. Yep, always starts with Pidgeotto, so Ocean Man is the man. There he is. Bonjour, Gary. Nope, I'm a stowaway. I want to talk about this for a sec, because I'm not sure whether it's possible to actually catch 40 kinds of Pokemon by this point, assuming... Like, I think his highest level's 20, so assuming he hasn't traded anything or is keeping some super high level Pokemon stashed away, is it possible to get 40 Pokemon before this point without surpassing level 20? I have a feeling it might only just be possible, but I'm not sure. That would be an interesting challenge in its own right. Yep. Oh yeah. Wow. I don't know whether this fan theory has any credence, and it might do, but I just killed that Raticate with a crit. So, as far as I'm concerned right now, it's canon. Okay, I'm going to switch back to Stabby and pray he doesn't know confusion. He knows confusion. I'm a fool. Oh dear, that was a crit. Okay, Stabby. Okay, yeah, he's faster. That's good. Yep. Because I knew he'd send out Ivysaur afterwards, so... wrecked. Whew, that was a little bit hairy. Yep, smell you later. Or a bientôt, as we're on the ship, where everyone speaks French for some reason. See, maybe this is why. Maybe this is why there's no other items in any other bins in any other game besides that Great Ball. Maybe you're supposed to be led into looking in all the bins, so you look in this one and decide that you shouldn't have looked, and so you're then discouraged from ever checking any more bins. Even though the next gym involves you looking in all the bins. Anyway, can we just stop for a sec and point out that I rubbed his back from the side. I have very long arms. Oh. It didn't do a little jingle. I was expecting a jingle. It is time. Time to get rid of Fury Attack. I've been waiting a long time for this. Yes. Goodbye, Fury Attack. You will never be missed. That has got to be the only time in any game I will ever be glad to delete a move for Fury. No, to delete a move for Cut. Because usually it's just an encumbrance. But on this occasion, and in this context, I'm very glad. So we're now leaving the ship for good. Farewell, Boaty McBoatface. You will never appear in another game again, besides the remakes, and as a miniature model in Ruby and Sapphire. It sure did. See, this always bugs me. That I know there's no timekeeping function in this like there was in the DS games, but it kind of made me sad that the ship never came back, ever. I mean, there'd have been no point to it coming back since, you know, all you need from there is the cut HM, but, you know, it would be nice. Okay. Well, that done, I think we've pretty much covered everything within this reasonable time frame. Was there a hidden item here? Did I dream that? Was it? I have a really spotty recollection of where hidden items are kept. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, on the next episode, I will... I actually want to show something off. Yeah. And on the next episode, I will be standing on a tree. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on the next episode from on top of a tree. Cheerio.